Okay, Jim, the Kiplyn Davis case had been cold for about a decade. How did the investigation into the suspects start back up again?
So this is really interesting, Mary. In the spring of 2003, if you remember, Elizabeth Smart had just been found alive after being kidnapped. That was a nationally known case. And Kiplyn Davis's father, Richard, wrote the U.S. attorney at the time for the state of Utah, Paul Warner, a letter asking why his daughter's case didn't get as much attention as the Elizabeth Smart case. Now, murder cases are typically handled by the state, so federal prosecutors went after what they could prove perjury. In 2005, Timmy Brent Olson and 4 others were indicted.
Olson, in my opinion, was arrogant enough to think that he could go in and lie to the grand jury and get out of any trouble that he was potentially in. That was a big mistake.
Okay, so the state later charged Olson with murder based on an alleged confession, and he pled to manslaughter.
That's absolutely right. So again, now that's the state side of it after he served his federal prison sentence. So after Olson spent 12 years in federal prison for lying about the case, he went to state prison on that manslaughter plea. He will have served his entire 15-year sentence and will walk out a free man on February 10th. So while not exactly what everyone wanted, Warner says the federal perjury conviction and manslaughter plea was the best they could do in the system that we have. Do you feel like that letter and you getting the grand jury together and starting this investigation into Timmy on the federal side ultimately helped lead to his state plea of manslaughter?
There's no question, and I don't say that to take any credit, because if there's any credit due, it's to the great hardworking people who actually did the investigation.
Utah law changed back in 2021, shortly before Olson had a parole hearing. Olson denied at that hearing to say where Kiplyn's remains are, telling the parole board he has said everything he can.
So frustrating for the family.
Absolutely.
Okay, thanks,
Yeah.
Jim. You can watch this story, Jim's story, on the court aspect of this case, and Christina Flores' story with Kiplyn's parents. Both stories are on KUTV.com and also on KUTV's YouTube page.